Okay. So, let me just double check. You guys can hear Final Fantasy VI, correct? Cool. So, you should be good to go. And sure, why not? So, Final Fantasy VI is potentially my favorite game that I have ever played in my life. And it's at least the most nostalgic. It's probably between this and Morrowind for me. And I'm hoping after that train wreck that this will be a better run. I've been playing this for more than 5 days, so... This first fight can be a little troublesome. You want to get Vix and Wedge to run away. Cool. I also set up a seed beforehand, and so everything should be okay. We walked right there to skip an encounter. You get these encounters on specific tiles, and that one you can skip. So you want to get, like I said, you want to get Vix and Wedge to run away as much as possible at the beginning here, so that Terra gets 3 times the experience. Why is that important? Well, I mean, besides just having more levels, which is always important. Every other character you get in this game, at least for this part of the run, will have their level based off of the levels from other characters. And so you want to get Terra and subsequent characters to certain level points before you get the next characters. I played the Beyond Chaos randomizer once about a year or maybe even more ago. I did not get very far in it. It does seem to be very well made though, and it was enjoyable, but you can get some really mean or really not mean combos for sure. I do apologize that Subnautica was almost deafening. We did do an audio check beforehand and it seemed like it was okay. I do apologize though. There's not a lot I can probably do with it right now. So we're coming up on our first boss here. So Welk, there's a way, usually what Welk will do is after about 20 or 30 seconds into the fight, he's going to go into his shell. There is a way to manipulate him so he won't do that. You can end up skipping that attack and kind of glitching his AI out of it. This is going to be interesting because Terra's ATB is really bad. Like, really bad. We should be okay. So by attacking the shell at a very specific time, you cause him to do a counterattack. Hopefully... Good. And we got it. Good to start with. So that's one that it's not a difficult fight to do once you've learned it, but after you've been playing a good hour and a half of Subnautica and like trying to steer a train that's not even on train tracks, it's good to get that first one down. There's really only 2 tough fights I'd say in this run. One of them is the Ultros fight that you do in this category, which is about 40 minutes in, and then Kefka at the end can be a butt too. So, but yeah, it's a good start. Thank you guys all for those GGs back for Subnautica 2 and the good lucks. So Biggs and Wedge, for some reason, went away. Tara is still with us, but she kind of passed out and was found. So she's now in the house of somebody who is a member of the group called the Returners. And we're going to find out that they are kind of a counter movement to the Empire. We learn that this young girl's name is, of course, T. We change her name from Tara down to T because each character takes frames to actually appear on screen. So by putting her down to T as fast as possible, we can end up saving time over the run, the course of the run. Yep, so we are going to do what we can to mitigate Bannon being able to be killed. But we'll get to that in about 25 minutes, and I'll explain that then. So our first encounter, if I did set up the seed correctly, should be right here. Good. And what we want to do is get Tara to level 6 before she falls down this hole at the top of the screen. So we're gonna fight 3 fights and then get up, and then right before it would trigger that, we're gonna need to force one more encounter to get her to 6. So I've been talking about my seed. There are 256 different seeds that you can have in this game, and one of them is the best to be running on. So I think it's seed 244 that we're on. But we know exactly, as long as we walk the same every single time in this game, we are going to know exactly on which tiles we're going to get an encounter. And we do that just so we can route out our experience, we can get good groups of enemies to fight. But it makes it really consistent when you're running it too. Like, bad stuff can still happen. You can get back attacks, preemptive, side attacks, pincers, whatever. But you at least know generally what you're gonna fight, and you know exactly where you're gonna fight. So we fought those 3. We can't go up anymore, so we're gonna force a fight right here, like I was talking about, to get level 6. Antidote is actually, we hope it's not important, but we may need to use it later. But really, we just want to get 6 for Tara so that Locke comes in at 7 and Edgar will come in at 8. And then we need to end up actually 8 or 9, I can't remember. But then we need to end up getting them to 8, 9, and 10 before we get Sabin. So I'll be talking a bit more about the experience gathering as we go along. Now we get a little flashback. Tara's passed out again. I mean, it's been 8 minutes into the game and she's already passed out twice. Sorry, T. And thank you for the gift sub, Mannix. GG, Pranzo. So this is our first glimpse of Kefka, who, wish I had my webcam on. I actually have a quilt that my wife made me of Kefka on my wall behind me. But Kefka is, of course, the main antagonist of the game, and we see how he was actually behind putting the slave crown on top of T's head, so she's kind of working for him. Thanks, Reliant. I assume you mean for the poisoning sequence, Drum, but my first instinct was, so what, he'll be useful? Cyan's actually fine, but he is... I think Bannon... Well, the characters you get here, I think Bannon's the only one that's slower to be able to like run away from battles. And so it's really frustrating with Cyan, and if we get into an opportunity, we'll just kill him off intentionally, just so he doesn't need to run away from certain fights. Yep, so, I mean, we're a little behind schedule. This is the last run of the After Dark section. So after this run, we will be back live in the store. Oh, thanks, Blokey. I mean, it's a marathon, so naturally you're going to be running behind. Yeah, somehow it is actually faster to carry away Cyan's body than to actually have him run away. Oh, I forgot, there's the Serpent Trench. I'm going to get Subnautica like nightmares as we're going through there. Okay, so good guy Moogles are coming to help, whereas one of my viewers, her kids, watched me play FF6, and I think her 4-year-old said that these were angel kitties, so now I refer to them as angel kitties because I thought it was cute. So we actually moved down so we can get by. Mog's party is better to actually do this with. And we also want to take Mog's weapon. So normally if you touch these guys, you end up getting in encounters, but they don't check for encounters unless they are square on a tile, so anytime they're actually moving, you can walk by them and be free of getting in a battle. So we kind of squeeze our way past them, and we're in the martial fight. This is a pretty easy fight. I'm not much for memes, but he definitely has 420 hit points. We already talked about maybe not being a meme, but that's okay. We can actually take this off now because he's almost dead, his coupon crit. So we can't do a regular attack with Mog like we normally would. Okay. So far the run has been pretty good. We took off his pike there to be able to give to Edgar so he'll do more damage in a bit. And Locke is now just kind of carrying her out. He has done his job to save Terra. I'm not going to say LNT. There's no way I can do that. If you look at that, though, you'll notice out of those Moogles, Mog was definitely the most famous one. But there is actually a general in the Empire that was one of those Moogles who we will meet shortly. We actually don't get Celis in this, and so Kutan, who is, I believe, the third Moogle in that fight, is actually still in her character slot and will appear towards the end of the run. Narshe. We are walking a fairly specific path here. In the overworld, there are tiles that you just can't get encounters on, and so we want to hit as many of them as possible. Preemptives are always good. Oh, wow. Well, that's interesting. I was reading chat and not paying attention. So... Well, we're going to be off step count until Ultros. This is okay. We'll get back on it there. And honestly, the second half is where it's probably more important. We might have to fight one extra fight coming up here. That's too bad. Never read chat. No, this is actually fine. It's just gonna be a bit frustrating, that's all. We're just gonna be a little bit off in all of our fights, like the places we have fights. We're gonna have one extra fight right before the returner hideout, but all in all, it shouldn't make a big deal, or a big difference. Yo, what's up, Vani? We're already off step count. The run was going okay until just now, though. Vani is a very, very good FF6 player. Yeah, it's not a big deal. Thankfully, about 30 minutes in or so, or right after that, 35 minutes in, we're going to end up changing our seed anyway, and it'll be fine at that point. So here we get introduced to, I'm gonna say it right, Sabin? Sorry, I've said Sabin since I was 10 years old. Well, I guess 12, this game came out when I was 12. So, it's tough for me to change. No, well, I know the first way is correct, but I'm going to continue to say Sabin for the rest of this run. I have to really, really try to say Sabin. And now I have another reason to say Sabin. Actually, Vanny, I'll give you a choice. Do you want me to say your name correctly or Sabin's name correctly? Will you take that sacrifice? Okay, I'll stop being a jerk. I'll stop being a jerk. It's just Kefka's on screen, man. It brings it out of me. Yeah, he is S today. No, I fully support Sabin. I have a very, very hard time remembering to say it that way. So we've just been listening to a lot of talk. Kefka is looking for Terra. Edgar and Locke are trying to keep Terra safe, so they're like, I don't know, there's a lot of girls in my castle. Edgar is this misogynistic, thinks that he's a ladies' man. So we're going to take a nap now. Terra takes a lot of naps here too. This is her. She's passed out twice. This is her first nap that she's gonna take. And then she's gonna take another one, maybe another 12, 13, 14 minutes or so. Go ahead, take your nap, Terra. Let's get moving. The first first 20 minutes or so of this run are very, very story, dialogue, cutscene driven. But we are almost done with that. So Edgar's like, wait a minute, what's up? One, I think it's funny that his castle's on fire and literally no one came to wake him up. And Kefka's here, you're supposed to go talk to Kefka. You don't actually need to, you can just go talk to this dude and be like, hey, let's go. So at this point, Kefka is delighting and laughing at the fact that Edgar is abandoning his people to save himself. But then he's like, wait a minute, what's going on here? Turns out the entire castle can go underground and move to another part of the continent. So this fight's really easy. Just gotta, of course Edgar starts with 0 ATB, but you just gotta do 2 auto crossbows with Edgar, and I'll just do a steal now. It's so slow that it's not even gonna affect me. I was waiting for Terra can get bopped immediately. And we're just sitting here waiting for Edgar to get a second turn. You see that a lot of fights, what I end up doing is making sure there aren't any like commands to enter when the fight ends. If you can cue in a command with every character, and then win a fight, it saves 12 frames, I think. But yeah, you definitely don't want to use magic in that fight or anywhere until South Figaro. If you do that, you end up getting a big long cutscene that wastes some time, and they get shocked that she can use magic. For some reason, Locke takes the long way around. I don't know why, but I've always laughed that he does this. It's just like that Chocobo has a wide turn radius. So yeah, so this is where the run will be a little uncertain just because we did get off step route right before Figaro, so now we're going to get some different encounter packs here. Or at least not the 5-pack to begin with, I should say. We are to South Figaro now. Not sure why, but I find this walking to be the most difficult screen in the game. There's some sort of mental block there. Shadow, being the ninja, clips right through that old dude. I'm gonna buy 3 sets of sprint shoes. Ooh, we barely had enough because we missed that one fight. Let's be safe and put everybody in the back. Sorry, our 2 Chocobo rides are done. We don't get to listen to Chocobo music for too long. We are going to avoid all... You know what? We're gonna fight these just because I'm not sure how missing that one fight is going to change things. Oh wow. Well, that's why you don't fight them then, because I thought it would be easy to kill after one auto crossbow. I know, Vani. I'm fighting brawlers before I have the Atlas armlet. Usually you run from the brawlers. At least until you have the Atlas armlet. If not, just continuing afterwards. Yeah, we'll run from this one, that's fine. That first one was a pretty slow fight. Beating up on Terra is not the nicest thing in the world. There's a little secret pathway there that you can go over here to grab this Atlas armlet, which will make Edgar attack fast, or attack harder. So now that he has this, these guys are not as tough. We're gonna get a fight right here. No, we did make this screen. So that's actually really good. Good. So we want Locke to run away from one of the 4 packs of fights, just so there's more experience to go around. I'm gonna heal up Terra real quick. Using this tonic we stole earlier. Normally I would, whoop, didn't need to go all the way out there. We're behind that steps. Normally I wouldn't heal there, but you know, marathon run and all, we've not saved yet. Don't need anything terrible to happen. Nope, well, that was, I mean, not terrible, but that wasn't good. We're actually not going to waste the mana here. Yeah, so getting off step count actually didn't hurt us much. I was surprised by that. We did miss a 5-pack of enemies earlier, but we didn't lose too much for it. We still got a hold of the 3 big packs we wanted here. Okay, so there's L and E. We're still waiting on 1 for Terra. I'm gonna go ahead and just run from this because it's preemptive. We're gonna be able to run from some of them towards the end. So anything that we've got a side attack or a preemptive, we're just gonna take that and run right away. Okay, Terra's already got it, so we have our levels that we need. I'm gonna run from the last 2 or 3 encounters. Hey, we made it without getting poisoned. What are the odds of that? Once again, we're probably safe here, but marathon safety is a good thing. Got some pretty decent ATB to start, so we're going to be trying to force this fight and Vargas's dialogue ASAP. There's a way that you can skip or at least mitigate to some extent him using his Doom Fist attack. And you can either skip it or at least have it happen right when Sabin appears and that fight starts so that you don't lose a lot of time with it. A really, really small amount of time that you save, but hey, any time to save is good. So what we want to happen, as soon as the fight starts with Sabin, we want to see him use Doom Fist, like almost right away here. Hey! And Vargas is dead. As long as you know what you're doing there, Vargas really can't do a whole lot to you. You can just kill him before he'll ever be in any danger of actually killing you. Yeah, depending on how Vargas's ATB starts with the fight, you can actually skip that attack altogether. But if he acts after Terra uses her first fire, you usually just want to do it so he casts it right away. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't seem like Pummel's all that crazily complex, but... So we're on our last screen before we get to the returner hideout. I think my controller is going. I was not running away at the start of that fight, yet we were holding down L&R. You can hold it together at least for this run, controller. And I will take you apart and put in new rubbers. Okay, so this fight right here is actually one that is skippable. You shouldn't get this fight if you're on step count. Yeah, the schedule today is going to be really, really good. I mean, not that the last 24 hours hasn't been, but lots of really good games here. You know, Marathon Run probably should have saved here, but there's a 1 in 256 chance that I can soft lock right here, but we're safe. Eight seconds plus a brawler fight, Vonnie. But yeah, I mean, not a big deal at all. The bigger deal is once we actually set a new seed in a couple minutes here, we're going to be able to skip all of the random encounters on the river. You're guaranteed to get 2 right away, and then there's, I think you can get up to like 7 or 9 more, maybe 7 more. So Terra just took another nap. Although to be fair, Bannon was like, "You're our last hope," and he's like staring into her eyes, and then he's like, "I'm tired, I'm going to bed." So I mean, everyone just kind of took a nap, I guess. I can totally relate to Bannon though. Like, I can be totally into something, and then like 10 seconds later, I just want to go take a nap. Yeah, that was me being crazy. So you need to go talk to everyone. We did that. They have a storage room up here that we're gonna go take some stuff. Because hey, it's an RPG, we're gonna go steal some stuff from people. That's what you do. And now we're coming out here, we're gonna go talk to Bannon, and he's gonna ask us to help him. And we're gonna tell him no, because, not because we're mean, we're actually gonna help him. But if we tell him no 3 times in a row, instead of getting, not another Alice armor, what is it you get? A gauntlet? You end up getting a Genji glove, which ends up letting you equip 2 weapons at a time, which is really OP in this speedrun. Okay, yeah, it was a gauntlet. Then nobody's helping this guy as he's like limping into the hideout. Come on. Here, take this. Okay, so now we need to run up to this save point here. We're gonna do some equipping. And then, I don't remember if you want to do that or not, but so we're gonna save. And I'm running across my room because my console is on the other side of the room. You save and reset. As soon as you get back to the title or the save menu, you reset again. And then we start. And we are on the seed we want now to be able to skip all of the encounters on the river. So we're gonna wait right here until this dude gets on the carpet there. We're gonna call it carpet. Wooden plank randomly in the room, whatever. Yo, Lee, thanks. Yeah, it's going good. We made it through Subnautica, which, honestly, after learning it this week, was my goal, was to finish the game. And we did it, so yay. And Bannon, of course, is the slowest person ever to run away. This is not a great start, and it's a little scary. We're gonna fight 2 pterodons here, and this will be the last encounter we get. I want Edgar to get some decent ATV, which... Oh, I also wasn't running. Wow. Okay, so... let's actually just do this a little bit. Okay, good. We want all of them to run away, so Edgar gets almost 1,000 experience and gains a level. This is going to help for both the Ultras fight and the Kefka fight. Because he now has a Genji glove, so he has 2 weapons. And so like I said, we're just going to sit here. You're not going to see any more encounters for the rest of the river here, which is really nice. This is probably one of 2 places it's really great to be step routing. The other one is the reason we've done this, or because of this route, we get really good Velt encounters as well for the most part. So here we are going to move Edgar to the front. I'm going to heal up. I'm going to safety save. Like I said, this is one of two, I would say only 2 tough fights in the entire run to do perfectly. There's plenty of places you can rip a run or do bad things, but Ultros is definitely one of them that's pretty tight timing-wise. And I know Kefka is my favorite boss of this game, but Ultros is so good too. I am gonna row him. This is fine. We're gonna go for the big boy strats. No. So I accidentally tried to switch to Edgar too late. Oh, and I did. Oh boy. Well, okay, we're rowing Bannon back and going into safe strats. We'll still be fine. Unless, of course, Ultros decides to double bop Bannon here. Which is a possibility. We don't want him to hit Bannon right here with the second attack. Okay, good. It was an ink. We're fine. We're through that. So in that whole river section, or on that Ultros fight, and then for the beginning of Terra's scenario later when you're back on the river, if Bannon dies, like, the run is over. It's a game over, so you need to go back. And that's why we safety saved before that. With him in the back row, though, there's a very, very small chance that he'll die in Terra's scenario. And if you get off the river, there's essentially a 0% chance of him dying. Yeah, I mean the moment we missed that blitz, we were playing safe there because we knew we were going to get the multi-tentacle. So Shadow's the one name you actually don't take his name off for. I just mash start and then I mash B with my other one. So sometimes we take off the W. So instead of Shadow, it's Shadow. That one I think I'll be able to remember. And we walk a specific way to get an encounter right. Not right there. Oh, my stepping is still off, isn't it? For a threat. This should be fun then. Anyway, we're on our way to Doma because Shadow has said Doma is where you need to go to get home. And we find an Imperial camp where the Empire is ready to go invade Doma. This is another text-heavy area for the next few minutes. even though it's only 4 letters, we do take his name down. We do take Gao's name down as well, because it goes back and forth a lot when you recruit Gao. Go ahead and give him sprint shoes. Turn the battle speed way up as well. And we do that, so battle speed actually only affects enemies in this game. So for most fights, you want it to be slow. However, the sword technique we're using is called retort. It's a counterattack. So you actually want that leader to attack Cyan as fast as possible. And we got a black belt, which is a 7 out of 8 drop, and it sells for a lot of money. The other drop I think is a high potion, does not sell for a lot of money, but it does heal you for a decent amount. But usually in runs, you definitely want the black belt, because you're going to sell that for other supplies. It doesn't matter really at all in this run though. Yes, black belt is the counter item. General Leo is like the one good person who's working for the Empire. Yes, but was that the plan all along? Because daytime is what happens after dark. Yeah, this is the last run of the After Dark segment of NLSS. We will be back to the in-store runs as soon as FF6 is over. To do some equipping. Is actually the only part that is scary, because my SD to SNES is actually flaking out on me, and when I go to the inventory or the equip screens, sometimes bad things can happen. But hey, we made it. Wow, Shadow might die here. I was not watching health. Let's just go ahead and throw this, get this out of the way. No counter, no counter, no counter. Hey, Shadow's alive. Planned all along. And now Kefka's poisoning has commenced. All of the Doma soldiers are going down. Yeah, I mean, even the part in Figaro Castle, like, it's not necessarily like wow, Kefka's an awful dude. It's just there are these people against him for whatever reason, and he wants to get Terra back. I mean, I think there were some hints there, but yeah, this is the first part when at that Imperial base when he's talking about like his own soldiers, doesn't care. The Dome people, doesn't care. Civilians, doesn't care. It just killed them all. So, unfortunately, Cyan's king is dead, and even worse, his family is also no longer with us. Easily the saddest story arc of at least Kefka at Narshe. I mean, thank you, whoever you are. Oh, we didn't heal Shadow. That would have been smart. It's a preemptive. Hopefully Cyan will get his second attack before they get... We should probably heal Shadow up, I think. Easy peasy. One more fight at just grunts, then we're gonna get some big guys again. Well, a big guy. It would have been nice for swag, but bad for time, but no interceptor there. I thought we were gonna get a wild fang. If you don't know this game well, Shadow actually has a dog named Interceptor that's with him all the time. And he can actually end up fighting for you. So now we're getting out of here. We find some Magitech suits that we can hop in, have a little fun with. Doing a little inventory management during these fights to be able to get things where we want for later. on to the Phantom Forest. Probably shouldn't have skipped those steps, but it's okay. Wait, why am I fighting this? What in the world am I doing? They give almost nothing for experience, so like, they would be almost the last things you actually want to fight. He's most awesome. Thanks, Lee. Little foreshadowing in the background. You see that train there? Wow. So, I tell you what. I usually don't suplex the train. If someone gives a random gift sub out, I will suplex the train. Just one random gift sub. I will get none of that money that goes to RGL. How bad do you guys want to see a suplex? Yo, thanks, Tenmachi. You get a suplex now. He said one, you blew it. No, we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that. Congratulations to those who got your subs. Enjoy your RGL emotes. No. Additional generosity is never punished. I do actually really dislike suplexing. I hate wasting time. But I figure for the run, for the people, we gotta do it. There is a schedule. If you do an exclamation point schedule, that should get it for you. Or maybe it's NLSS, I don't remember, but. And so if you're just joining us, this is actually a hybrid in-person and online marathon. There is a marathon right now at a game store out in New Jersey. Or it was yesterday, and we are doing an offline portion. This is the last run of the offline portion, and then we are going to get right back to it live. Skunky, it's about a third of the way through the full no sketch route. We got a blaze. This is no bueno, man. What in the world is going on? While we're in here, we're gonna unequip Cyan. Blaze is really bad. We don't want to see that. Knowing how, so for some of this RNG that we've been getting, I would be completely fine seeing this run end with a self-suplex and somehow all of us dying on the Phantom Train. If that happens, you know what, so be it. And yes, there is a way Saban can actually suplex himself on this boss fight. Not identical, Skunky, but they're pretty close. You need to pick up some extra stuff in No Sketch, just to be able to get more money later. We got an Evil Toot. I don't know if I can get it out in time. Okay, it's fine. This is fine. There you go, guys. Enjoy it. One of the only times you'll see it from me. I feel dirty doing that. It's fine, most of you sat through that Subnautica run. And man, I felt dirty during that too, believe me. Yeah, this part really hits you in the feels, because if it wasn't bad enough that Cyan's family passed away with the poison that Kefka gave him, he now has to literally say goodbye again to their, like, ghost forms as they're boarding the Phantom Train to go to the afterlife. Like, gosh, the first time I played this, I don't even think I really understood. I was younger, but man. Yeah, so funny story, Rock Easy Robot. Blind is actually bugged in this game and doesn't do anything. Sure, it gives you wicked shades. Yeah. Yeah, evade. I think, does magic evade double for evade? Or how does that work in this game? I forget. We're poisoned. You know, we should still technically be on step count, right? Yeah, we're fine. I mean, I guess we should probably be saving. We haven't saved yet since before Ultros. And there are definitely ways you can mess these things up. So, we'll start doing that. Yes, that point right there, if you get a triple Grasshopper fight, it really messes things up there and on the belt. I mean, I never save at that part. Why would you save? So we run attack. I save probably first. Don't go into critical. Okay, we're actually pretty good here. So we just killed Cyan because we don't like him. Just kidding. We actually want to bring him back. We're gonna do a glitch to skip a boss here. And if you kill Cyan, raise him back up, do that retort that we did earlier, which was that sword attack number 2, and then do, I believe, a magic attack. Correct me if I'm wrong, but if you do an attack afterward, a special type of attack like a suplex, you will end up... Make sure I actually enter that correctly. Cyan will go kind of crazy and retort, and then the fight will just be over, and it skips the boss. Pretty neat tech. Good guy Gao music. Yo, what's up, Tiago? Gao's a little scared though, he runs away when Sabin wakes up, even though he is obviously caring and worried for his safety. Cyan just sits there. Oh, man. So this fight, we actually have to fight through. The Velt is kind of the other really important time to be on step route, or step count. If you're on, you'll get this fight, you get the 2 brawlers in the beginning, then you're gonna get a single beaker. I'm pretty sure we're gonna get a beaker and a couple stray cats just because we were off a little bit there. But the rest of the fight should hopefully be okay. Cyan, you can't die yet, man. Die after we get Gao. I'm not gonna heal him though. I will try to save when we come out of Mobley's. Actually, I don't think I should do that. I did that in the wrong order, but that's fine. I will save before we get to the trench though. We're living dangerously here. Let's go ahead and get Gao. First try Gao, guys. Come on. There we go. Marathon luck. Don't feed the dried meat to Cyan. So you have a 5 out of 8 chance for Gao to appear after a fight. You can't get him on pincers or back attacks, those types of things. There's a couple different enemy formations where he also won't show up, but normally if you have a normal fight, a 5 out of 8 chance, so 3 out of 8 every fight that he won't show up. And I mean, he can just never show up if you get unreal amounts of unlucky. So I mean, it's a pretty big deal to get Gao in one of the first 2 fights. Anything more than that, you're losing pretty significant time. Yeah, I actually like what they did here because you have Cyan, who is like this old stodgy samurai. You have Gao, who's like this crazy kid, and you have Sabin, who ends up like he's just kind of a goofball. And like the 3 different personalities, I think, jive really well in this scenario. So Gao's in our party now. He's busy moonwalking back in here. And if people want, go ahead and throw out your favorite Kappa emotes, because this is Kappa the Imp telling us how Gao's attacks work. Those are some beautiful ones. So we are going to save here. There are catastrophic things that can happen in this trench. There's a kind of a sea dragon called an anguiform, and if you get one of them in the first, like the first encounter in the trench, you can end up doing, is it Aqualung? A very, very strong multi-target attack that can kill your entire party. It's a low chance that you'll get that encounter, and then it's an even lower chance that it'll be like a back attack so he could ever do it. Because usually if you get that, you're just going to use an aura bolt with Sabin to kill it instead of running away. This is the last part of Sabin's scenario. The other two are much, much quicker. Yeah, like I said, odds of actually wiping here are very low, but I do not want to go back 35 minutes to my last save. I feel like After Dark would have just been over at that point. But once we get through here, really the last place we can die is Kefka himself. So, I mean, this isn't the bad fight, but I mean, come on. This is actually kind of dangerous levels of health. We're actually fine with Cyan dying. We do not want Sabin to die. Oh boy. I would love a preemptive right here. It's not a preemptive, as long as we get Sabin out of there. Oh no! Okay, well, Gao, you're our hero. Why are you not running away yet? I mean, this essentially is Subnautica all over again here. We're healing him back up. We gotta get through 2 more fights. 2 more fights. If we get another like pincer attack, it's probably over. Yeah, we left the purple tablet when we dug up the helmet. Feels bad, man. It's a back attack with 5! Oh my gosh. What in the world is this RNG? Hey, we had really good RNG for a lot of this run, so we made it through some really bad ones. Oh, we're fine. We're safe, guys. Easy every time. I was not hamming that up. That actually was fairly dangerous. Ooh, really? I saved before, Bonnie. You gotta make it a good show. Although, let's be honest, how often do you end up getting 0 preemptives and 1 pincer and a back attack? Oof. On to lock scenario. This one is usually not the... Wait, he's already in the back. Optimum and sprint shoes. This is usually a bit of a longer scenario, but we do a clip right there and we're gone. I also forgot how to walk out of here. Yes, I told the story about the Angel Kitty sewing. So that clip is actually really easy to do. Like, you could learn it casually in less than 5 minutes. You just need to open up your menu at the right time, and then when you're in the menu, hold right and get out of it, and you'll clip right into the dude. There's one dangerous fight that you can get in here where you can get a pincer attack with a gold bear, and he can gouge you and do really bad damage. That's actually why we have lock in the back row on the 2nd character slot, because if you get that pincer right here, we didn't, but if we would have gotten pincered, he would have been facing the bear, and that is critical. Also, that Thunder Rod we just picked up, if you pick that up earlier in the game, it's not a Thunder Rod. And so you absolutely don't want to pick that up on the speed run your first time through the cave. Yes, that is who Celis is. She's the placeholder character if you're too slow. So this tunnel armor is not a trivial boss unless you have this Thunder Rod, in which case it is completely trivial, and he's dead. Jade. Yeah, if you do pick it up the first time through, and then you get to this point, like if you're learning the speedrun and you're just grabbing extra stuff, you can be sad. I'm gonna save here too, just because there's an outside chance that Bannon can get bopped. It's a really low chance, but we're getting to the home stretch. We're just gonna save everywhere. Bannon did get hit once, so he's below 100. Okay, we had really bad Serpent Trench RNG. We had really good Leet River RNG. We only got 1 encounter, and I think that is the minimum you can get. working our way back around here through the back entrance. So this is funny, it's supposed to be a maze that you follow around to go down there, and there's a quote-unquote like security system where it will test you if you get it wrong, but if you just hold the A button, you'll automatically pass it, and boom, you're through. So it's just a little shortcut through that maze instead of actually going down and around to the right and back up how it wants you to. I mean, if you just hold the A button as you like walk onto the tile that has it, it'll be fine. It's just I believe it's just the first frame that you can actually register the A hit is when it's right above you. But I usually just hold A through that whole screen just so I don't need to worry about it. Nope, you don't. I just hold up an A through that whole tile, and it works fine. So you just get right below it, one tile below where you're gonna get it, and then just hold up an A and you'll get all the way through. A lot of the tech in this game is not that difficult to do, but it looks cool. So I would say the main reason it's so popular is because of its time length. Like, if you're looking at Sketch, you need a certain version of the cart, and you're looking at 3 hours. If you're looking at no Sketch, you're looking at 4 hours for a really good run, and it's really hard to finish now with the newest skip. We found a way to skip Thamasa last summer, and there it is, General Kutan, not Celis. But yeah, and then glitchless, even if you're really good, is still going to be over 5 hours. And so it's just, I think it's accessibility more than anything. It's a nice little introduction to the game. It's a lot more easily accepted into events and marathons because you don't need to cut out 3 to 6 hours for a run, depending on what category you're doing. Thanks, Janik. You got here right in time for the Kefka fight. Walking through the desert, I feel like that would be the best time to be in a Magitech suit. If I was one of those 4 dudes, I would just be laughing at everyone else. So, the Kefka fight. Normally, the Kefka fight isn't too bad. If you do everything right. If you don't do things correctly, and he's still around when he gets a third turn, he has a 1/3 chance to use Ice 2 on you. And if he uses Ice 2, there's a very good chance that your entire party wipes. So for that reason and that reason alone, we're gonna go safety save again here. We don't want to sit here, even through Terra's scenario again. Yes, we're prepared. Sure, that's fine. So we're going to leave Terra and Kutan sitting up there. We're going to take Edgar, Cyan, Gao, and Sabin to go fight Kefka. So Captain Duck, this is the very end of the offline segment. We're going to be back onto the live in-store runs right after this one is done. So we're just kind of chilling right here. Avoiding these dudes. We are not doing the thing. So the thing is something that you could have done to save 8 seconds or lose a couple minutes and potentially have to reset. So we're not doing that out. And we went too fast for Ryder. This is fine though. It's a fitting end to the run. We wanted to see this dude. This guy's got a nice sprite. If I would have waited about a quarter of a second longer, we would not have hit this encounter. Pike actually is not good. Actually, that might be a reset. I don't think we have another Phoenix down. That's a really rare attack. Yeah, we totally don't. So, let's hope for no Ice 2. Why do we want to reset? I mean, worst case scenario, we get to see Kefka twice. This is fun. This is going to be the most clutch Kefka kill you've ever seen. Don't worry about it. Help! Hey, we got a crit. We got a crit. We need no Ice 2. We got no Ice 2. Come on, Edgar! The brothers! You're doing it! You're doing it! Don't do 164. We need to survive one more attack and we might have it. We did it! We did it! We're through! I cannot even believe. I was about to hit reset because I was like, you know, it's so dumb. Like, even without Ice 2, are we even going to be able to do this? And then Gao gets bopped. What a good finish. What a good finish. Okay, I'm not going to keep you guys too long. I usually play this because Terra turns into her Esper form and screams off into the darkness, but I'm going to leave you guys with the Searching for Friends FF6 music, and thank you guys for watching. We'll be right back with the live event when it's set up, and enjoy. The lineup today is awesome. So thanks guys. I'll talk to you next time.